What's up, poop heads? Galactic Criminal back with another reaction video. So this time we've got something called 10 Creepiest Children's Toys Ever Made. Now I can kind of recall a few creepy children's toys from my time. The one that really sticks out in my head has to be, I think it was called My Buddy or something like that. Anyway, my little brother had one when I was younger and it looked exactly like fucking Chucky. He even had like the striped shirt with this, like the red overalls on. Only he had like darker hair, not red hair like Chucky did. It's fucking freaky. I hated the damn thing. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what kind of toys that they come up with in this video. Maybe toys, even from before my time. Something's giving me a feeling that I'm gonna wonder by the end of this, how did any of these even make it to market? But I guess we'll have to wait and find out, won't we? I'll press play with a 1, 2.
Patty and the Pig. This is Patty and his pig. At first glance, you probably have no idea what he is or does. This is actually a piggy pig. That's all you get.
Looks like his mouth opens.
Irish stereotype and a remorseless pig rapist. When wanting to insert a coin, Patty will stick out his tongue towards the pig's face just to take it. He could have went with any other action and it would have been less disturbing. Cyclops brain baby code. Don't let a cute baby in a photo deceive you with a seemingly content look. She's terrified, as she should be.
This is the fucking coolest thing ever. What are you talking about?
With really bad teeth. Anyone seeing this one-eyed Cyclops car in public would be startled. Although,
that's fucking awesome. I want one.
Halloween costume. 1952 Mr. Potato Head. Good old Mr. Potato Head.
Oh yeah.
Growing up. He wasn't always the way everyone knows him as today, though.
You had to actually put a potato on him.
Pieces that you were supposed to
and just stab the bits in.
Vegetables. So you could have Mr. Cornhead, Mr. Cucumber Head, and a lot more. Looking at the pictures on screen, we're not quite sure why every single set of facial features included wide, unblinking eyes full of hypnotic terror, but it for sure kept children up wondering if their corn, cucumber, or potato hated them. Elmo Knows Your Name. Since 1996,
Elmo Knows Your Name. I don't remember that one. I do remember though when there was like that spike of the Elmo toys, the Tickle Me Elmo fights people were having. For fuck's sake.
In 2008, 2-year-old James Bowman had an Elmo Knows Your Name doll. The doll was programmed to recite its owner's name, but this one had a bit of a twist. This particular doll not only knew James's name, but liked to include the word kill before it.
Even just that image there of him grabbing the kid, that's fucking freaky.
His mother had put it out of the toddler's sight. Laugh-A-Lot doll. Most of you might know about this doll, collecting millions of views across multiple videos on YouTube.
I don't like the way it looks.
This toy so terrifying. Clearly directed by someone who must have had a long and prosperous career making horror movies. The commercial's fast cuts and maniacal laughter don't create a response, instead causing the audience to confusion.
I've seen that.
Just listen for yourself. Letta the Gypsy Doll. Letta, the doll said to be created by gypsies more than 200 years ago. This doll was found by Kerry Walton when visiting Australia. He decided to face his fears by visiting an abandoned building that had scarred him for years. When leaving, he noticed
why are the eyes all like that?
Porch. He felt compelled to take it and did so. Named Letta, referring
that's
to
not a happy doll.
The gypsies believed in spirit transference, and dolls would act as a new home for the dead. The doll
just like Chucky.
And underneath the scalp is the likeness of a real human brain. Little Miss No Name. This 1965 Hasbro toy was clearly designed to creep people out. Calling the doll Little Miss No Name and having a spine-shivering text on the front of the box.
It's adorable!
What did they want people to think? This is the type of doll you would see in a movie sucking someone's soul through the breath when they're asleep. For the
you
who
would
did buy this in the 1960s, I applaud you for the amount of courage and bravery you have. I definitely
want to find one.
Toy next to me while I was asleep. Scary Symbol Monkey. The scary monkey with symbols in his hands. Who hasn't seen one of these in a horror movie? When activated, this monkey smashes his symbols erratically and stares at you through
fucking awesome.
and hypnotic eyes with one goal in mind. And what is that? to leave a chilling image in your head that will haunt you every time you hear a similar instrument. Poopy dolls. These dolls will make you feel uncomfortable with their wide-eyed,
Why are they
cute streak
naked?
on their face. That face looks like it would be saying, "I'm cute," but if you stood them next to a homicidal scene, it's the face of a liar who suspiciously says, "I didn't do it." Pair these rosy-cheeked dolls up with creepy piano music, and it'll have you jumping out of your skin. Erwin the Little Patient. What's creepier than removing organs from little Erwin while he smiles at you? Besides, everyone loves when you open up their chest cavity and dissect their insides, right? This toy
That
allows
looks
you to
really
rip open
familiar.
the
Maybe
stuff and remove his insides.
Maybe it was out when I was a kid and I saw the
Into your
commercial.
soul.
For some reason, I recognized that. Huh. Subscribe or die. Well, I guess you should subscribe. So yeah, overall, pretty awesome video. There's a lot of really creepy shit in there. That Little Miss No Name, I gotta fucking find me one of those. That's fucking badass looking. By the looks of the packaging on the one that they showed that was, actually in packaging, it's probably hard to find, or at least find in good quality. Honestly, if I found one in bad quality, it'd be even better. Covered with like marker and shit, with like half its hair missing. I'd love the fuck out of that thing. Be a good topper for my guitar. So yeah, thinking a little bit more about that, like My Buddy doll or whatever it was called, from when I was a kid. Just a little quick story. My dad let me watch Chucky when I was a little kid, and that movie freaked me the fuck out. I loved watching it, but then I couldn't sleep. I had nightmares and shit. But I can remember now, mostly because I think the story was brought up a couple years ago when I was visiting back home. But I was so scared of this doll that I kept throwing it downstairs when I went to sleep so that it wasn't in the room. And then my dad, he said, just thinking, oh jeez, this toy's on the floor, I gotta bring it back. In the middle of the night, he'd bring it back while I was sleeping and put it at the end of my fucking bed. So for like days, I thought that this thing was getting up and walking back up the fucking stairs. So one day when nobody was paying attention, I took the doll and I fucking put tape, duct tape around his hands, around his feet, and over his mouth, and I threw him in the fucking trash. So I was gonna get put out the next day. Because in the fucking Chucky movie, they threw him in the dumpster, and he screamed until the garbage man fucking let him out, so I didn't want that to happen. And one other fucking creepy toy story. This one, it literally just popped back in my head. There was a toy called Teddy Ruxpin. When I was a little kid, it was a really, really popular cartoon, and it was a really, really popular toy. Kind of like that whole, like, Tickle Me Elmo phase kind of thing, whatever. But if you haven't heard of Teddy Ruxpin before, the toy was a little stuffed bear, and he had a tape player inside of him. So what you do is you put the tape inside, turn him on, then it'll tell a story in the voice of Teddy Ruxpin and his buddy, and the mouth and eyes would move on the bear. But it was battery operated, pretty much like everything else was back then. And I remember one time, like a ritual, almost every night I'd play a tape. And I remember one time during the story, the batteries died. So like he's telling a story like, and he like froze with his eyes wide open and his mouth wide open, and I was just like terrified. I can remember that because it was like, oh fuck man, it scared the shit out of me. I can't remember if they explained to me what had actually happened, and the batteries died, and I can just remember in my head thinking that this thing, either it died or I don't know what, but it's such a creepy thought. Anyway, I'll leave a link in the description for this video, so you can go ahead and check it out, watch it for yourself, full screen, full audio. I suggest you do that, go over there and give them a like. And as always, have yourself a fantastic evening.